we want to go in as gold medal favourites and retain our World Series. Number one is a gold, second is World Series. And I think we're on track for that.
Is that something your players are getting more comfortable with, talking about being the best team in the world? I've noticed that over the last 12 months you've started to say that a lot more often about your players and being comfortable with that position in the world, and they've always had, I guess, a bit of swagger on the field, and they like to, spread the ball and play attacking sevens, but being the best and being comfortable with the pressure that brings, is that something that sits more comfortably with Fiji now?
I think so. I don't think there's I think there's a fine line between being arrogant and actually being competent and confident, and that's where we are at the moment. We're not trying to hide away from the fact that we think we are the best side in the world, and that's reflected by our results against all the top teams. We are the only team that's got winning records against everybody else in the world. We're on a 7-game winning run against New Zealand. We've got a decent run against South Africa, and they're our two major rivals, and they're finding it increasingly hard to beat us. So we've got to keep striving to be better. We keep working hard, and I think being number one drives you to that place. I don't think they're resting on their laurels at the moment.
Track trail, T-balls!
Everything this season for all the teams seems to be about Rio. Every tournament, every practice, every recruitment, every meal decision perhaps, everything is Rio related.
Yeah, it is, and I think everyone wants to be part of a team that wins that historic first gold medal in rugby, and we're no different. I would be absolutely delighted if I can get the 12 guys in Fiji to nail the gold medal. They'll get a legacy forever on the island. It will have a ripple effect as far as participation and everything else in Fiji. It's a country that's mad about rugby, but at the same time these guys make a difference on talking to the nation about diabetes, about nutrition, about non-communicable diseases, all these things, because they're right on a pedestal. Their word carries, and their role model position is a pretty significant one in the Pacific. So I want that as well as everything else. It will make a massive difference to Fiji if they can get a gold medal.
All of the countries are now recruiting 15s players, All Blacks, Springboks, France bringing some of their players in. The USA have poured so much money in. Everyone seems to be getting better, everyone seems to be getting stronger and faster. The attrition rate in the first couple of tournaments this season's been insane. The standard and the expectation and the star power just seems to be lifting all the time.
Yep, I think we're an outlier in that respect. Our injury rate's minimal, tiny. We're not getting the injuries the other teams are going with, and I think that's testament to how we're conditioning our athletes and the sort of training we're doing, and the game experience of the boys as well. And we're not going to be suddenly trawling the 15s market either. I said to the boys all along, if I'm getting local lads and we're continuing to be number one in the world and continuing to win tournaments, then I'm not going to change that. I'm going to continue to develop these guys on a day-to-day basis. But you've seen Semi Kunatani come into our squad. Last year you saw Samasoni we're going to cherry pick one or two perhaps and give them an opportunity. But the majority of our team that's going to go to Rio will be local-based island boys.
Dua.